Hello, good morning and welcome to Models for His Modelers Most Modelling Shenanigans. It is the 16th of June 2025. You have me, you have Half a Bro, and you have him down under.
Namaste.
Yep. Morning, gents.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. Right, let's see what you two have been up to. So we'll start there. Oh,
Right.
Mr. Marley.
Hello. Okay, what I've been up to, I went to Melbourne about 2 weeks ago. Spent a fair bit of time there, but I took just a simple-ish kit, well, it is a simple kit, down to just work on it occasionally. And it's just about finished. So it's this one. It's the Avro 671 rotor, 130 fifth scale by Mini Art. It's just about done. So swapping camera. It's I put the decals on earlier today.
Cool. Bear with caller. Swapping cameras. Nice.
Love it.
So right, the engine isn't stuck on yet, but it just needs literally to be stuck on. So that's nice. Got some extra spark plug leads on the cylinder heads there. The interior I mentioned yesterday, but you missed it, Steph. So this is I had photos taken of the interior of the one at Cosford and Duxford. I'm sorry, and this is pretty much exactly the same as those photos. And what I've done is a hybrid of all the kit choices. So the choices are, let me show you, a silver all over. There's one with yellow on the sides, one all over cam, and one with all over cam with sky underneath and codes. Now the reference photo I've got for this number here is as you see it, so yellow underneath and cam on top. So as I say, coming up the home stretch, so what remains is I've just taped up the windscreens to be painted before I stick them on. Then the rotor head goes on in place, and I've got the 3 rotor blades ready to go. So I've painted them. It's a forest green on top, and I've gone for a sky underneath because I can. So I'll just be doing the final assembly of that. And giving it all a dull coat, but just about there. And the wheels are done as well. They're here. Just need to whack them on too. So those 3.
Nice.
So just it's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm doing the blades in the folded position because it'll take up less room, like significantly less room. So there's a choice of having the flying position where all 3 are the same, using that part there, or a transport position where 2 of them are folded back like that.
Yeah.
And I go with that one. It's just so much less space. So
Yeah.
that's what we'll do. That's me.
Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. I'm liking that. Makes me want to go my German one.
Your German, yeah. The because this is Spanish design, built under license by a French company, German company, British company, as well as the Spanish. So, yeah, rather successful. And the first rotary ring ever. Invented by this guy is Juan de la Sierra.
Cool.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Marley. And moving on to Mal.
Hi.
Mal.
Right, this morning, normal thing, exercise, walk, breakfast, bit of internet and emails and Facebook, and then here, not doing any modelling this morning, but things have moved on in various places, like the Hobnob search and rescue vehicle. I've added more bits from the engine of the Shinden, like these bits to front, which I'm just cutting a disc out to half to fill in the hole, and I'll do some more detail on that. Other than that, on the turret, I've boxed in the base of the two guns and trimmed around with some angle around the edges of that. There's more detail to go onto that soon. Again, more engine parts. I found an end for the hover beams, whatever you want to call them. It's I've remembered I bought some little tiny bottles.
You're right.
So I've just, and they've all got separate bottle ends, separate caps. And they have a little plunger for the nozzle. They look basically miniatures of these, but the caps are similar size. So I just need to, what I've done, I've wrapped some thin strip around the back edge of that 3 turns, and it sort of holds it in. So you can find something better than that.
Yeah.
So that'll be the end, the front end and the back end of that. I'm still going to do. I'm going to use my plotter. I've done the louver fairings on the bottom with my plotter. I'm going to do some detailed plating along the side that will be seen. So they're quite basic. So that's moving on slowly. I have moved on with my Aston Martin by cutting masks for the Union flag. If you remember, this is the idea. This is to paint the Union flag on it, overlay that with masks for ripped metal, paint it in British Racing Green, and then I'll paint the torn edges using the masks, and then remove the mask. And the idea then is that you see the Union flag through torn metal through the British Racing Green. If it comes off, it'll be spectacular. Whether it comes off or not is another story. But that was the third iteration of the Union flag to get the size right. I've had to extend it and then see if because all I'll end up doing is using these masks here, the 4 corners, which are the masks for the white. So I've painted it white. All I need to do is mask out the white, then I can mask out the blue with just normal bits of masking tape, paint the red, leave that, mask that off, paint the blue, take all that off, and you've got a Union flag. It's simples.
Brilliant.
But it's not quite as easy as that, because obviously the mass of compound curvature on this means that like that mask will lay pretty much in its own line, but that one won't.
Yeah.
As you can see. So, but as that's over in the wheel well, it only actually needs to go that far down there. So it's sort of hard. It's more complicated than it initially looks, but then it's not as difficult as it might be. It's just, anyway, it'll be lots of fun to do. I think I'm going to cut the actual masks in washi, or washi tape, in Tamiya type tape.
Okay.
They'll be more flexible.
Right.
And yeah, so the white's not perfect. I've got to go back and do a bit more painting on the white. I've had to sand bits down. It come out a bit rough in places, but overall it's moved on. But my biggest thing was this.
You got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. This is amazing. The actual box that it's in. I mean, it's an expensive kit, but
That was my next question. How much was it?
Well, it's got one of them magnetic lids and 3D printed. Stay there, you get. And all the cages and that are all in their own sectioned off parts around the box. How much was it? 295 quid.
Ow! I won't be buying one of those then.
But I have been saving for the Airfix 1/24 scale one, which won't be as costly as this. But this, it's stunning, the detail and everything. When it came out, when I first saw it, that it was going to be produced, I was going to get it regardless.
Yeah.
My modelling funds are there for this type of thing. So, within reason, if I want it, I'm going to get it. I'm not made of money, but I don't spend much on anything else, so why not?
Yeah,
but
why not?
The instruction booklet it tells you where things go. The whole package is phenomenal. I've yet to build it, of course, but it's even got. Let me dig this out. This is a really nice touch. You see that in the Munch's Shit Atoms card. Basically, if you find any pieces that are misshapen, not printed properly, or broken, or holes in it, or whatever, send off the card and you'll get new bits, I guess. This is
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the whole 2 sets of markings. There are seat belts and masks for the clear. The clear parts are injection molded, and there's masks for those. I'll probably use the masks. I don't normally use masks because they tend not to be that good, but I can almost guarantee that these will be good and fit and everything else. So yeah, overall, I've now got to wait to move before I can build that. But I sort of know what's on my first my list of first models to be started when I get to where I'm going.
Yeah, of course you do.
I mean,
That is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3D printed. I don't know what whether to use. I need to use super glue or
What is it, resin?
it's resin, 3D printed resin.
Then I would use super glue. But
Yeah.
if you're going to use super glue, make sure it's really, really good stuff. You can get some 3M stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and it's gel stuff. And what it will do, it takes a few seconds to go off.
Yeah.
And it gives you time to move it around, fuck about with it. But then it's set properly, because normal glue won't work.
No,
but if you've got to
not.
do two big sections together, then I would use araldite.
Yes, well, HPH. Just a moment. This is what I was thinking of using. HPH produce, because their kits are all resin, special resin glue.
All right, cool.
So that's designed for, how well it works I don't know, but I'm sure basically it's epoxy glue. It's mixed, and and it takes quite a while to go off.
Yeah.
So you have to, there's no excuse for getting the parts aligned, but you have to keep them aligned for quite a while. So
yeah.
There's, I mean, gel super glue for the smaller parts, I think, and that for the larger parts, which will be quite heavy. I mean, the box is quite heavy and everything. But yeah, I'm over the moon. The fact that when I thought I'd lost out, but persevered, and then thought I must be getting scammed here because apparently they're sold out. But no, it arrived. 2 days it took. So yeah, if you want one, try the website. So yeah, I've not been doing a lot of modelling. My modelling's like just taking a dive, because we're getting estate agents in and stuff, and I just feel like we could move at any moment. And
yeah,
I know that's not going to be the case, but just,
thing is, you don't know, Mel.
I don't. I'm just going to slice a circle in the end of my finger with that. Jesus. Nice round end to my fingers. Yeah, don't know. But anyway, yeah, so overall, things are moving on, looking up, etc. And how was St. Ives?
It was quiet.
Oh.
Very quiet. But then it's the second year it's been very quiet. Last year it was quiet.
Oh yeah. Why do you think that is?
Don't know. It's always been on Father's Day, so it's not because it's on Father's Day. When we did it 3 years ago, it was heaving.
Oh, right.
But for some reason, it has stopped being heaving, and it's gone really, really quiet.
Is it because they maybe not advertising it or something?
I don't know. It's not advertised in the IPMS, is it?
I don't know. Is it?
So, really,
it'd be daft if it's not, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. It would be really daft. But it's
yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet. If it's been heaving in the past, there's something they're not doing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So
Can't
yeah,
tell.
it was all right. So what have I been up to? Let's have a look. As you can see, the Hunter has got its colours on.
Cool.
The panel lines have come out quite nicely with the pen and the mottling, so they've come out quite well. They stand out more on the green than they do on the grey. I'll just go over them panel lining and do those. I need to do a very fine little bit of sand in there. But I've got a new toy.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
Here you go, Mr. Marley. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I have. It's one of those vibrating cutters, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a reciprocating sander.
Yeah.
And it is brilliant. The only thing they don't do is they've got, you can see them there. They've got, no, wrong finger, that one there. They've got a convex one, but they haven't got a concave one for spines. So that will be a nice addition for them to have. And it comes in a very nice case like this. With it being display, I was expecting that to be metal. It's not, it's plastic. But it worked fine. And another good thing about it is the sanding pads. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of them. So each attachment has got its own pad, and they come in 1,000, 800, 600, 400, 280, and 180. So you can hack through anything with those.
cool.
The other one I've got, which is my rotary sander that I use. When you ordered the display pad, they only went down to 4. They started at 400 and go up to 1,000,
Yeah.
which is a little disappointing. But yeah, going to be lots of fun with this.
Something I need.
Yeah, so I've got that. Keep the box because I've got loads of instructions on the box. Put that to one side. And once I've finished the Hunter off, this will be my next
Oh right.
project, Scorpion.
Scorpion, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be transformed into a RAF EOD one.
Oh yeah.
And I've got the PE bits for it from Edward. And there's 3 sheets of it.
Wow.
3 sheets to the wind. The only issue is, maybe you can help me with this, Mel. The Scorpion comes with that type of barrel,
Yeah.
but the RAF EOD one had the longer bit with the thinner muzzle on it. Had a smaller caliber. Do you know what that one was?
Yeah, that was the scimitar. Not the
Oh, right.
Scorpion.
Right. So the Scorpion has the bigger gun,
Yeah.
and the scimitar has the smaller gun.
Yeah, the scimitar has a 40mm rod and cannon.
Got you. So I'll leave that with that. So yeah. Sorry.
I mean,
for some reason,
it's the same chassis, different
Yep.
turret.
yeah, because they use
Turret-
both in the Air Force.
Yeah, the turret's similar, but it's So you've got this is the same turret that they used on the Rawdon ferret.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just the big that made it top heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard the recent thing about the Indian air crash?
No.
They
No,
reckon it was a double flame out.
Really?
Yeah. Because what you can see, you know, the one you see of it actually crashing into the houses and the flames going up and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was somebody videoing a video. So it wasn't, you didn't get all the detail on it.
Really?
Now, they've actually seen the original video of it. And you've heard the aircraft going past. And the first time I heard that, I went, lip. What the hell is that noise? That's not a jet. And then he said, yeah, if you look here, you see this little dark bit. And I'm thinking, that's a rat. And he went, the rat was deployed because if you listen to an aircraft with a rat deployed, it sounds like a prop.
Yeah.
And as it's flying past on the original video, you can actually hear the rat going. And the rat is it's automatically deployed.
Yeah. When you
The
lose.
pilot doesn't deploy it.
Mm.
And if I remember correctly, there are only 3 scenarios where a rat is deployed. The first one is a complete hydraulic failure.
Yeah.
The second one is a complete electrical failure.
Yeah.
And the third one is a double engine failure. So everybody's starting to look towards a double engine failure now, even though the Indian investigators said, oh, it's not a double engine failure. 787s don't have double engine failures. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
Well, you'd certainly hope not, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, it's Boeing. You never know what those bastards are going to lie about next.
That's not the first Boeing in recent years, is it?
No. Well, look at the shit about the pressurization on the cabin doors.
Yeah.
That was a huge cover-up by Boeing.
Well, it looks like these larger aircrafts are going to start only having Rolls-Royce engines.
So they should. Pratt & Whitney are shit.
Well, they're proving to be. If a double flame out on one of those on a Dreamliner is not the sort of thing you want, is it?
No.
Or well, on any aircraft, but especially the biggest ones. It's
how many British citizens are on board roughly? Any idea?
54, I believe. There was one from local to me, just in the next town along Wellingborough. But I think the worst case and the lucky Brit who walked away from it.
yeah, I want to know how that happened. That is remarkable.
The seat he was sat on, 11A, is actually right above the main spar. So it's one of the safest. Well, it's not safest. It's one of the strongest places on the aircraft.
Yeah.
So that's probably how he managed to walk away.
Well,
It just happened to be very, very lucky.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it must have split just by where he was sitting.
Yeah. Well, people initially said it's a hoax.
Really?
Yeah. If it's a hoax, then how does he know the guy's name who was sat there and everything else? So, yeah, he was actually sat there. He's a British national.
that's the thing. Like most reports these days seem to be, this isn't fake news and everything else. Nothing is straightforward anymore.
No, nothing is. and it's really frustrating because you don't get proper information from it.
No, and it's so easy to do things with AI.
Oh, mate, you have no idea.
So
Well, you do probably.
yeah. So stuff can get done, and you'd never know whether it was fake or not.
No, you wouldn't.
I mean, from my point, I know nothing. I'm not speculating or anything. But if the guy, well, it's known whether that guy was on the aircraft. So if he was the only one to escape, and he didn't know how he did it, because how would you? Because
Yeah,
pure luck.
because he said the last thing he remembers is the aircraft going down and the lights flickering.
Yeah.
Which says to me there was electrical failure somewhere.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like to believe that. I mean, because they crashed into housing, there'll be people probably dazed and wandering around from that, I guess.
Yeah, more than likely.
So, but they'd be as lucky as him.
Yeah.
Assuming he was on the aircraft, and why wouldn't he be? Why?
But there's been nothing but praise for the captain.
Oh, well, that's all right.
He saved so many lives.
On the ground, I take it.
Yeah. Because the rat gave him hydraulic power and electrical power, so he could still fly it.
Yeah, but no power to actually fly.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's good. What nationality was he?
He was Indian.
Or she? Sorry?
Indian.
Indian.
It was Air India, all Indian crew, I believe. But the guy I watch about stuff like that is a guy called Captain Jim on YouTube. He's a ex-airline pilot, and he did a lot of engineering as well. So he knows his stuff.
Yeah, pretty awful news.
Yeah.
I mean, the chances of walking away from an air accident are quite slim. So I've always figured that if I was on an airplane that like lost its nose wheel on takeoff, so like aborted and like skidded off the runway, but everybody survived, I think that'll be my once in a lifetime air crash. So I'll be quite happy with that. But imagine being that guy getting away with that. You go and buy a lottery ticket, wouldn't you?
Oh, definitely. Well, the thing is, though, the way I'd look at that is, well, that's all my luck, Dom. I ain't winning.
Well, there's lots of ways looking at it. I mean, I guess being Indian, he's religious in some way, so his God saved him, which is fair enough. I mean, but so he must be the good guy, and all those on the plane. So I won't go any further with that.
Might be wise.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, luck is luck. You got to ride it.
Yeah.
And you ride that like a, I don't know.
You ride it like a lucky ride.
Yeah. I was damn lucky. I wonder if he'll have PTSD over it.
Oh, for something like that, yes. You'll probably find he'll end up with CPTSD.
Oh, it'll be survivor's guilt, all sorts of stuff, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, definitely survivor's guilt.
Yeah, I can see that. Did he have any other family on board?
Don't know.
Don't know. I haven't heard. I haven't followed it closely. I've been waiting for the actual reports to come out instead of YouTubers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've not really been following it. I saw it and went, what? A dream? Because when I first came on, I didn't quite catch the designation of the type of aircraft. But what I saw, I thought it was a 787 Dreamliner. And I said to the missus, I said, was that a 787? And she goes, well, I don't know. Of course. So it was a couple of days before I actually heard that it was. And because I couldn't imagine one of them things coming down. But there you go.
Yeah.
You just know that the Zucchimura Shinden engine parts are made for this. When you can simply add a piece of angle sprue and sit it on that track guard, and that angle sits exactly on that edge there.
I know what you mean, mate. I had that with the ATVW. It's like they were made for each other.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, these are basically two halves of, I think, the final drive type thing on the engine, the gearbox or whatever it is that sticks out. And I wanted to use them, and then I realised I needed something on the this front piece of the track guard, because that's where the spare track links go.
Yeah.
And obviously, not having tracks, it's not going to have track links. So I thought, and I just sat one of those on there. And went, oh, that's perfect. Oh, it almost fits perfect. Oh, hang on. It does fit perfect. So, yeah, so that's quite good. It's too easy to go overboard doing this sort of thing.
You think?
Yeah, that's what I found as well. It's knowing when to stop.
Yeah.
When I do stuff like that, I just say, right, you've got 2.5 weeks doing that.
Nah, no, I can't.
Once you're 2.5 weeks up, you've got to stop.
Nah, that wouldn't work for me. No way, Jose. I think I'll stop when I've used all the engine parts. I was thinking names for all the bits. What would this do? Why is this here?
We gave a pretty good explanation on the live show yesterday. I was impressed.
I'm explaining. I can't stop giggling because it just sounds so daft, which is why I'm enjoying it. It's just nonsense.
Yeah. And the fact is that you don't have to follow any rules.
No, there's yeah, absolutely. I've not yet sourced the paint. I don't think it'd be difficult. I'll just go MRP and find an orange, the orange that they do. I'm sure they do one. Not international orange. That would be too polar.
Too orange.
Too orange. I was thinking the other day about I need like a symbol on it, and I went, "What are you on about, you muppet? A heart part is the is the only symbol it's going to need, isn't it?"
Yep.
So that was a bit bizarre because I've got an alien skull I want to use on something.
Alien skull.
Alien skull, yeah.
Right. Oh, good place to use it then.
Well, yeah, it would be, but it's a peaceful thing. It's not.
The hobnob. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's only got armament because of the bad guy that there is. An international rescue did have missiles and guns.
Yeah, but that was for self-defense.
Yeah, self-defense. So it's a thing.
Right. So this is a part where I smear glue everywhere and get it all wrong, putting the rotor mask on.
You'll do fine.
Hmm.
just popped over the hour. So let's go around and see what people have been up to and what got done. We'll start with Mr. Marley.
Okay, so I've just knocked this off again, but apart from that, so yeah, as it turns out, the rotor head, which is here, really, really fragile. You can see there, and I've got to get that little tiny pin with no sort of length onto that little tiny hole with no sort of depth.
Ow.
But yeah, it's just gonna, all the weight is going to be at the back. I don't know how I'm going to do that because there's one bit of photo etch that's come loose from the center blade, so I need to reattach that and probably repaint it. But I'll let that dry in place overnight before I try to mount this again. Apart from that, apart from knocking that off, you can see where it goes. So you've got the drive shaft there, the pick off from the engine that starts the top blade. Once it's airborne, actually, before you take off, you disconnect it. But yeah, being an auto gyro and all, it'll just turn by itself in the wind. Anyway, so once that goes back on, as you can see, I've got the done the two windscreens are in place, the engine, the proper in place and glued on, and so it's pretty much done. What is done, apart from mounting the drive system. So yeah, but you know, I'll chalk that one up as let's call it finished, shall we? Yeah.
Cool.
It's me.
Nice. I'm looking forward to seeing that finish, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
really good.
next time you meet.
Right then, thank you very much for that, Mr. Marley, or John, I can call you.
You can.
And let's pop across to Mal.
Well, blanked off the end of them two pieces. I'm going a bit more detailing on them, I think, before finally fitting them. And I've added a piece to the rotor, and I'm just looking at sort of adding supports across there. I'm not that a bit too big, possibly across there, 4 of them, and then I'll add mesh to that, maybe see how it goes. But yeah, moving on. That's me.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, coming on.
And me. Lot of yellow. So give that 20 minutes, half an hour to dry, because I've done my usual trick. Used Tamiya paint, but with Tamiya lacquer thinner. Works an absolute treat, and it dries so much quicker. So yeah, that's what I've got done.
Cool.
So then we should be back on Wednesday, but it will be at 11 o'clock because of the heat we're going to get. So just means I don't sit in here and go, I'm melting. Which is not good. So if you two reprobates would like to see a Batty Ties,
Goodbye.
remember folks, stay safe, keep modelling, and see you later. Bye.